Okay. Now, a lot of people think I'm on like some sort of Yuji agenda or something, but that's not the case. I just want to give Yuji his flowers, and not only that, I think you guys need to start reading or go back to not yeah, you guys need to go back to school, or I don't know what the fuck you niggas are reading. Like, you have to read and digest at the same time, not just read. But anyways, we're going to be getting into it. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about Maki, right? Maki is a real popular character in Jujutsu Kaisen, but I feel as if Maki is a character. She's a beautiful. I love Maki. There's nothing wrong with her character. It's just a community in a way. People talk and it's terrible, bro. It's terrible. Maki, she's really strong, but as far as Yuji, like Maki and Yuji are literally characters who've been compared since episode 1 and chapter 1. Fujiguro said the first time Fujiguro seen Yuji, he compared her to Maki. They are always been comparative, but this is my whole point. Okay, this is where I have to make this video. Maki, when she gets her upgrade, she kills the Zenin clan. The Zenin clan is literally a bunch of fodder. They have no feats at all. The only person in the Zenin family who had feats in that entire massacre was Naoya. That's the only person who had feats and was credible in the Zenin family. That's literally the only person. Okay? Naoya is fucking dog shit. Naoya sucks. Naoya is not a top tier sorcerer whatsoever. Naoya is trash. Naoya is trash. He fucking sucks. Naoya is dog shit. Okay? Naoya lost every fucking fight he's been in the series. Okay? Naoya is slow. Naoya is not even faster than Naobito. That's why Naobito has the title of the fastest sorcerer. He's fast because he's just straight up faster, and he has more experience using that curse technique. Okay? Naoya doesn't have really credible feats. Okay? He has a lot of potential, but let me just calm down and let me just really get into it while I'm pissed off. Naoya, like I just said, he's fucking trash, bro. He's fucking trash. Never won a fight that he's fucking been in ass, bro. Okay? So if this nigga never won a fucking fight that he's been in, how are we going to just give Maki credit and say, or just give her credibility? The only thing that Maki has at this point is that she can walk in and out of barriers. That's what makes her a special grade, okay? Naoya's biggest feat against Maki while he was a human was moving at subsonic speed, okay? We're in the point post Shibuya at this point. We're definitely post Shibuya when Maki is fighting Naoya in her upgraded state. And the biggest feat in this fight, as far as speed wise, is Naoya moving subsonic. Remember that. The biggest feat in this fight, when Maki is at her pinnacle, she's injured, she's lost some blood, so we're gonna scale her a little bit. You're gonna give her a little bit more credit, but her having prior experience to Naoya's curse technique, and she just seen Naobito using the curse technique in Shibuya. She had a close up to it, so she had a lot of experience with this curse technique. Anyways, Naoya's moving at subsonic speed. Remember that. Now we have to go back to prior, like before, while we're still in Shibuya, right? Yuji fights Choso. Choso is using a move called Piercing Blood, which exceeds the speed of sound. The Piercing Blood is faster, way faster than Naoya top speed in his fight against Maki. And this is a Yuji who didn't even get to swap training with Sukuna. So basically this is a Yuji that's way weaker than the later half of Shibuya. Wow. You see what I'm like? The fact that he's even able to react to this. Like, Yuji's a great one at this point, But when he swaps with Sukuna and Sukuna fights Jogo and Maharaga, he gets much stronger. And it's not even that I argue it. I guarantee you that Yuji was special grade when, like, immediately after he swapped, like, Sukuna swapped right back with Yuji. Because not only, like, Kusakabe confirmed Yuji's body soaks up the information when Sukuna swaps with him. And if we're going to take that into context, guess what happened when Sukuna swapped with Yuji during the Shibuya arc? He fought Maharaga and he fought Jogo. Not only did he fight them, but Maharaga landed blows on him. A lot of blows. In an anime, you're not just going to not heal from that. You're not going to not reinforce those punches. Those are special grade. That's a special grade character that you have to reinforce, like, punches from. Like, you know what I mean? So Yuji's body is soaking up how to reinforce from a special grade punch like Maharaga. So that would make sense why he's able to, like, consciously or unconsciously, reflexively, like, fucking tank a black flash from Mahito, and Todo isn't. Even though they were supposed to be similar, but like with the context of Kusakabe saying, oh yeah, Yuji gets stronger after swap training, it makes much more sense why Yuji is able to tank what Todo isn't, even though they were supposed to be similar. And not even they were supposed to be. Todo, realistically at that point, yeah, like, there were no real feats that Yuji had that Todo really didn't. So at that point, we could really still say that Todo was stronger than Yuji. But once we see that Todo couldn't tank a black flash like Yuji did, we see that, wow, there's leagues to this shit. Yuji really is durable as fuck. And right after that, Yuji says, well, it's probably have to do something with Sukuna. Why I'm this tough now. Why I tank that black flash. So, like, if Yuji is comparable to Maki, like, before all of this, if he's comparable to a Maki, like Zenin Massacre Maki, and this would make sense. I don't know what you guys like. Like I said, these are the biggest. Like, this is the biggest gripe right now. Like, why people think, oh yeah, well, Maki, she has better feats. Yeah, Naoya, yeah, she has better feats. Well, why? Naoya literally is trash. And the reason why I'm still stuck on Naoya is because, for one, he moved slower than Choso's entire arsenal. Choso's arsenal is probably just as fast, if not faster, than Naoya. And Yuji literally pushed Choso to the brink with no fucking powers. Like, are we serious? This nigga pushed Choso to the brink with just Mekamaru in his fucking ear and bathroom water. Like, be serious. Be fucking serious. And he had no prior experience to this curse technique. Meanwhile, on the other side, Maki had prior experience to this curse technique and was still getting dog walked by this nigga until she figured out, okay, well, it's this many frames per second. And even then, I'm not going to say it's some lucky shit, because Maki is calculative and she's very smart. But she says, like, okay, if I don't figure out this time, I might be fucked, basically. She said, it might be bad if I don't hurry up and figure this shit out. And this nigga is moving at subsonic speed. Okay. Yuji was to fight Choso now, not only would he be adjusted to the blood manipulation curse technique and how Choso fights, but he's just much stronger and much durable. That fucking move that Choso used with, like, the reinforcing his body with, like, the blood shit, that's probably what he would feel just punching Yuji the entire fight. If he's not using, like, a really hardened, blood or some shit. He'd literally have to just reinforce himself to probably keep up with Yuji at this state. And this is why he calls Yuji a demon god. And this is why they put so much emphasis on Yuji's striking power, his finesse, and just how he delivers his blows.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Like, that's too much to handle. Like, Yuji is literally just too much to handle at this point.
Hey!
And the best way, I love Gege for this, because I knew Yuji was on a different level at this point. And not only that, but he introduces Yuta, not introduces him, but he reintroduces him into the story at this point. And he fights Yuji. And Yuji has some of the most beautiful feats, some of the most beautiful statements in this fight against Yuta. Okay? Yuta is fighting Yuji. Yuji is not fully healed. Choso says that he states that Yuji isn't fully healed. They fight Yuji and Yuta. Yuta instantly mentions something about Yuji's speed. Yuta is fast. He should be one of the most speedy characters. But it's not like he has like big old speed feats. Well, oh man, he blitzed that guy. He doesn't really have that. But lore wise, he should be really fucking fast. And he mentioned something about Yuji's speed immediately. He's like, damn, I thought I was gonna kill him in my initial rush. Like, regardless of how you take that, that just means that Yuji is pretty fucking quick, even to a character like Yuta. You could say, oh yeah, well he underestimated him. None of this makes sense. Like it's just downplay. Oh, he underestimated him. That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. He came here to kill Yuji. Yuji is not only Sukuna's vessel, but he's Gojo's student. Why would Yuta fuck around? Why would he fuck around? And not only that, it would make sense for Yuta to try to get this resolved as quick as possible, to try to get Gojo back as quick as possible, to get everything resolved. So it really wouldn't make sense for him to fuck around with Yuji to see how strong he is. That doesn't make sense. He's not fucking Goku. Like, this is not Dragon Ball Z. This is not Naruto. The only characters that do that is Sukuna and Gojo. Anyways, yeah, the initial rush thing, yeah, Yuji's fast. Not only that, but Yuji actually snaps Yuta's sword, and Rika comes out. Now there's two things to come from this. The fact that he snapped Yuta's sword is fucking unbelievable. Like in a 1v1, Yuji is way more effective than we fucking think, bro. Like, Yuta is somebody who should be almost impossible to stand there and trade with because he has so much curse energy. But this nigga just standing there breaking his sword, and then it's like, okay, yeah, now I'm finna go beat your ass. And then Rika just like, okay, hold on, what the fuck's going on? Like, every time Rika comes out like that without unwillingly of a Kotsu, it's because Rika feels that Yuta is in danger. The first time we see Rika ever come out is when Maki, Inumaki, and Panda threatened Yuta when he first was introduced at the school. They threatened him, was like, oh, you cursed, da 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 da, and Rika instantly was like, okay, what the fuck is y'all doing? Like, Rika always comes out when she feels that Yuta is threatened. And the fact that Yuji isn't even fully healed, and I want to get to this point, because it's so beautiful. Like, I love that Yuta said this is so beautiful, but the fact that all this happened and Yuji isn't even fully healed, bro, that man is a fucking dog, bro. And then afterwards, everything was said and done. After Rika comes out and manhandles that nigga, Yuta's basically like, bro, this man Yuji really held back in a fight against me because he didn't know if he deserved to live or not, basically. Because Yuta was basically like acting like, oh, okay, I'm gonna kill you because you did this and you did that. But really, he just wanted to help. He just wanted to help out, kind of type shit. So yeah, that really fucked with his head. Anyways, that fucked with him. Like, it fucked with him. Like, damn, he's kind of right. I should, why the fuck am I fighting back? I should let him kill me. And then on top of that, before they even go off and fight, Choso tells him like, hey, bro, don't even worry about it. I know you don't like fighting human sorcerers, so just try to run. Just try to run away. So, like, bro, Yuji didn't even want to fight him in two different ways. He didn't even want to fight back for his own sake, and he didn't even want to fight back for Kotsu's sake. Like, he didn't want to hurt a Kotsu, and he didn't even want to fight back to save himself, bro. Like, woof, that man, and he was still able to break his sword. That man is a monster. So, and when you consider that Gege says that Miwa's sword has been imbued like to like a cursed tool because she's like used it so much with her cursed energy. Like the fact that Yuta has that much fucking cursed energy, and you can almost like think that you almost think that whenever he uses anything, probably for like longer than a week, that shit instantly turns into a fucking curse tool with some sort of high grade ass durability. And the fact that he snapped that shit, he snapped that shit. Getting into another thing is Yuji getting punched by Sukuna. I kind of want to get over this real quick because I don't want to stay on this topic. But Sukuna punched Yuji. This is after he swapped to Megami's body. Megami later in the fight was suppressing. Megami later in the fight was suppressing Kuna's output when he was fighting Maki and Yuta. And Yuji, sorry. But